Hey guys, welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Tamisha, and today we're going to be getting into one of my favorite breakfasts of all time. Like literally, if you put this in front of me, I'm never turning it down. We're going to be making a country sausage gravy to go on top of some delicious homemade biscuits. Like the best combination ever, right? So we're going to start off with our easy 2-ingredient biscuit. Yep, just 2 ingredients. And then we're going to get right into making our country sausage gravy made with some breakfast sausage. Oh my gosh, of course you gotta have all the pepper. It's gonna be delicious and the perfect combination for your breakfast. So let's go ahead and jump right into our over to my counter, and let's start on making these 2-ingredient biscuits. Let's go ahead and get started on our easy 2-ingredient biscuits. Guys, I don't think that I will ever go back to making biscuits any other way because this is super simple. All you're gonna need to make your 2-ingredient biscuits is just this, just your self-rising flour, and look, heavy whipping cream. Like, that's it. I saw this a few weeks back and I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's it. What I want to do, just to make sure that I don't have a bunch of clumps in my flour, make sure my flour is as light as possible for my biscuits, is I have a little sifter, and I'm just going to put it on my bowl, and I'm going to get about 2.5 to 3 cups of flour. Just depends on how many biscuits you want. So we're going to go in with 1 cup. And then what I like to do is just take my hand and just kind of shake it. If you have one of the like little squeeze sifters, you can do that. That'll be just fine. But you know what? I've been using this for the past couple of years and it works just fine for me. So as you can see right here, you have just like some clumps in there, and you can just kind of take your hand and press that out. But this is why you want to do this step, just to make sure that your flour is as light as possible. So like I said, I'm using the self-rising flour. If you use all-purpose, then you know it wouldn't be a 2-ingredient because you'd have to add like your baking powder and everything into it, and your salt to help it to rise some. So we're gonna go ahead and do 2 cups right here, and I think I'm gonna do just another half cup of flour as well. All right, so let's do another half cup. And you guys, like, excuse me today. Listen, I don't know if you can hear from the voice, but my entire home has been down for a week. Like, my daughter's birthday was exactly a week ago. Last Tuesday, she turned 21, and literally the next morning, one by one, we were all just like, oh my God, what is going on? So yeah, it's been a rough week. It's been a rough week, but I think we're all on the upside now. Okay, so now we want to go ahead and get in our cold heavy whipping cream, and I'm going to measure this in as well. And I like to use about equal amounts. So if you used 2 cups of flour, 2.5 cups of flour, I want to kind of use around the same amount for my heavy whipping cream. And I just want to kind of go just one at a time. What we're going to do is just take our spoon and just kind of mix it in, just to make sure that all of our flour is incorporated in with our heavy whipping cream. And then once I get 1 cup mixed in, I'm going to go ahead and add in another cup as well. Congratulations to my giveaway winner from 2 videos back. I believe it was the roasted chicken video. I pinned a comment and I said, you know, make sure you guys look out for January for the pinned comments. for giveaways. And so I posted the first giveaway, and I did have a winner, and I will post like her. All you had to do was just type enter as a comment, and I just randomly selected. So she was already contacted, and she received her giveaway prize as well. So make sure for January that you guys are checking if there is a pinned comment on any of my videos this month. There will be a giveaway attached to it. All right, so we're going to get in like another half cup of heavy whipping cream. And this is coming together good. Actually, let me pull the camera closer so you guys can see what I'm doing. I just want to get all of my flour coated with that heavy whipping cream. And this is about where you can stop right here. Everything looks good. So what we're gonna do is we want to get this out onto the counter. So what I need to do now is gonna move this out the way. I want to just get a little bit of flour and sprinkle it onto my counter. I'm gonna make a little bit of a mess. Okay, so what we wanna do is we want to turn our biscuit dough out onto a floured surface. Just kind of get that all out. Okay. Let me get a little bit more flour for my hands. Okay. And then what you're gonna do is just kind of bring all of it together like this. And you just wanna flatten it out. Now, what you can do here is you can roll it out if you wanted to, so that you can get, cut your circles out with your biscuit cutter if you have one. But honestly, I saw a young lady on TikTok. Listen, count back all of my recent videos and tell me how many times I mentioned TikTok. Oh my goodness. You can tell how often I'm on there. But you find like some of the best tips and things that you don't think about when you're on TikTok. So she suggested not cutting into circles and just kind of cutting the squares out so that you're not having to continuously re-knead. Because when you cut the circles, you got to knead it back up again and roll it back again and cut more circles, so you can use all of them. And she was like, just cut them into squares. And I was like, wait a minute, square biscuits? That's genius, right? Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to get my pan, which I should have had out already. I'm gonna get my pan and we're gonna go ahead and get these cut and put into our pan. Geometrically, was a little challenged, right? It probably would make so much more sense if I actually had a cookie sheet to bake these off on, but it's okay. We're gonna make it work, all right? So I'm going to get these into my oven. I have my oven preheating to 475 degrees, and I'm going to bake these off for about 10 minutes. We're going to use for our country sausage gravy. So we're going to use some breakfast sausage. I'm just using 1 pound. You can use a pound or two, whatever works best for you. I like to use the breakfast sausage because it's already well seasoned. It has our sage, our fennel, everything in it. Everything that's going to make this gravy so delicious and well seasoned and flavorful is already going to be in your breakfast sausage. We're also going to need a little bit of flour so that we can start making our gravy. This is going to help thicken it, along with some milk as well. I like a little bit of crushed red pepper for some heat. A tiny bit of salt. We're not going to need a lot since our breakfast sausage already has some in it. We're going to need a lot of pepper, okay? A lot of black pepper, to your taste, of course. And then just a little dash of Worcestershire sauce. Not a lot, just a little bit. I have my breakfast sausage in the pan. I'm just letting this brown off and cook all the way through. You're just going to take your spoon, your spatula, whatever you have, and just start breaking it up just to make sure that we have you know, all of the little pieces incorporated all the way through our gravy. We're gonna let this go for a few more minutes and just continue to take the back of the spoon and just break it up as you're cooking it. What I want to do now is sprinkle in my flour all over my sausage, and we're just going to get all of our sausage coated. And this is about 2 tablespoons of flour, and you just want to kind of move it around into your pan because we want all of the sausage to get coated with our flour so that we can toast it through. And then we're going to add in our milk so we can start making our gravy. So just get it all covered until you can't see the flour anymore. And we're going to let this cook for about maybe 2 minutes before we add in our milk. So we're going to start off with 2 cups of milk. And if we need to add more, if we feel like it's a little bit too thick, we'll add a little bit more. We want to get in the 2 cups of milk. And we want to immediately start stirring until it starts to thicken up. You can see this is thickening up quite nicely. So this is what we're looking for our gravy. I did add in another cup of milk, and I'll wait just a few more minutes to see if I need to add in just a little bit more because it's going to continue to thicken as it cooks. But what you want to do now is go ahead and start seasoning it. So I'm going to add in just a little dash of Worcestershire. Now, there was already some red pepper in our breakfast sausage, so I'm not going to add too much, but just enough, you know, just a little bit of a kick for some heat. And then, of course, you can't have your country sausage gravy without some black pepper. So I'm going to add in a generous amount of black pepper. I think that's enough. As I wanted to mention, be better than me when you are browning your breakfast sausage. As you can see, I mean, I would like for my sausage to have been broken down a little bit more than this, but honestly, it's okay. It's going to be even better on that fork. It'd be easier to grab the sausage and the gravy with our fork when we're eating it. But yeah, if you have one of those like meat, you know what I'm talking about, those meat mashers, you can use that, or just be a little bit more patient when you're breaking it down in your pan as you're cooking it. But yeah, this is looking good. This looks like it's ready to go on top of our biscuit. All right, guys, so our breakfast is done. We have our country sausage gravy, and just look at all of that sausage in there. Guys, it's got the perfect amount of pepper, just the right kick. It is so good. And then we also have our 2 ingredient biscuits, just 2, with our self-rising flour and our heavy whipping cream. And just, I want to just like look at that biscuit. Like, look how good these biscuits look. They are so delicious, and they just like melt in your mouth. So all we need to do now is get a plate, right? We're just gonna get our plates, and we're gonna go ahead and just put our biscuits on it. Let's go ahead and get 2. That looks good. And then all we need to do, you can actually cut it open, or you can just lay it on top like that. I just like to just lay it on top and just take our gravy and just pour it on top of our biscuits. And that is breakfast for you guys. Super easy. Honestly, you can whip this breakfast up in less than 20 minutes. Ingredients that you probably already have in your pantry and in your refrigerator. And then look at that. All right, guys, so I definitely hope that you enjoyed this recipe. If you give it a try, as always, I'd love to hear from you in the comment section. Don't forget, in January, we're doing a month of giveaways. So if there is a pinned comment down below, definitely enter, and I will announce the winner on our next video. And as always, I love to have you here. Thank you so much. If you are here and you are not already subscribed, I would love to have you be a part of my channel and come back for more. So I welcome you to hit that subscribe button. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much for showing so much love. And as always, until next time, take care.